Hey, welcome to the room label video. The new plan out of the box. OOB, PI. Let's draw a wall right here. Now, we're talking about room labels. I forgot what's got me going on this, but something did. But here we go. I just built a room. I don't have a label on there, do I? So why don't I have a label on? Do I have my labels turned on? Tab. Room. I got room labels turned on. Oh, let's turn on interior area and standard area, okay? Done. Perfect. It's still not on, is it? Why is that? Because this is my first beef. Because it's labeled unspecified. Once I give it a tab, oh boy. Once I give it a name, I suddenly get that, right? Okay, that's good. Good. Oh, I didn't want a deck. Dining. Okay, now I'm gonna create another room, PI, and let's see if I get the. Yep, now I got another. I'm just gonna create another dining room. But I had to give it a name. Watch this. If I don't give it a name, I just create a new space over here, and this is my first beef with this. That's an unspecified room. I want it to be. I want to see that label there. I want to see that label there. Now this is what Joe says. Joe says. Let's just delete all. Joe says. And because I use the SAM, I have all this kind of stuff set up. So this might be already automatic. I haven't tried it on my plan, but oh, okay. This is what Joe would say. He would say here, build your room, and you don't see the label yet, right? So from now on, Joe says, there. Now, oh, what would he say? Hold on a second. I forgot what he said. Hold on. Oh, Joe says, create the big room. I guess you got to create this freaking big room and label, which is what I already did. And then all the rooms inside of it, the dining, dressing. How about dressing? Oh wait, where's my label? Hey, where's my label? Ain't that interesting? Room labels are on. Why don't I have a label, man? I got to because somehow show room label got unchecked. Somehow that got unchecked. And so now Joe is right. PI, partition interior. I know Glenn doesn't like my system, my two-key system, but now every new room within that room gets an automatic label, and that's what sort of bugs me. I don't want to whatever. Now I have to give this a label. And so if I come over here and PI and I add on to the side of this thing, do I get a room name? No, I have to give it a room name, and I don't want to give it a room name. I want it to automatically pop up. I want the room name to automatically pop up, and I want this kind of information: the size, interior square footage, and these two areas or something. Actually, there's something else I want besides that, but. I'm gonna open up one of my own little plans. How about this one? Because what I'm going to show you is this is the way I work. Control C, Control V, stick it right there. And now I have this stuff on my own. Look, room labels mine, but I'm going to put this one on room labels mine too. And I'll explain to you why I'm doing this. So I'm 9, turn that on so I can see it. Now you're going to see something that happens. See, that's in red because it's on a different layer than this. Same stuff. Control C, W to close this up. Don't save it. Now I'm going to put that information right here. Now you're going to watch what happens. Now just because I copied it from one of my plans and put it in this OOB plan, out of the box plan, what layer is this on? Room labels mine. Notice that Chief automatically created that layer. Love it. Wonderful. In fact, look at this. Look at this. Where's this label at? Room labels mine too. Now, the way I use this is when I'm meeting with a client and I just want to see some extra information, I turn this one on, and I'll show you the extra information I have. But this is the stuff that goes to layout. That goes to layout. This I turn on. It's like a working set. It's like a working set. Now, this is another thing Joe taught me, and I appreciate, and that is, watch this, 1-1 to 1-1-1. Rooms, default settings is where I'm at. Rooms, room label, edit it. Notice it's blank. Now watch what happens here. Watch what happens here. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I'm gonna give it a space. Okay, I'm gonna give it a space. I'm gonna command return. So there's an extra line there. Now this is the sort of information that I'm interested in. Room info, and specifically, I want the room ceiling height. Command return, and I want the global room info, and I want the room info, and I want the floor elevation. Now I don't want the floor finished elevation. I don't care about that. I don't want the room floor finished material. That's another ball of wax altogether. Who needs room volume? I don't know. I don't need room name or room type. Room type might be interesting, but no, I want right now. I want a floor elevation. Perfect. Now I'm going to come over here, and I'm setting up a macro here. Okay, global room info, and this is something that I think I might be interested in. Room type. Room name means nothing to me because I use my own little labels for room names. But room type is very important because depending upon the type of room you have, i.e. deck, garage, balcony, open to below, those spaces perform differently than utility, living, dining, bedroom, bathroom, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this, I think that would be sort of an interesting little thing. Okay, done. I don't know what I just did. Oh, okay. I'll give this a name. Dining. Check that out. Check that out. Now, see all that information that's there. Now, where did all that information come from? First of all, the first word here is dining. The first word here is dining, and that came from the fact that I named it a dining room, okay? The second, the second thing is the macro that I gave it, 109 and 1/8 inch. That's the ceiling height, okay? The 0 is the finished floor. The second dining is the room type. The room type, watch this. Garage. Oh. Well, I knew this would change to garage. I'm not sure if I knew that would change to garage. Whatever. But this information is controlled by the room layer. The layers. That information is controlled by the layers. Just watch this. If I come over here to room, hang on. I'm going to rooms, dimensions. If I turn off dimensions, watch this. Did you see that? The dimensions just disappeared. So what I'm saying is, Chief has allowed us. I forgot now how to do that. Ugh. Chief has allowed us to control this information via layers. Chief has allowed us to control this by turning layers on and off. I really want to be able to control this information by turning layers on and off. And I get the fact that I can use macros. I mean, I do that already. Look, actually, this macro right here, rich text, typically this is what I do with it. I go bump memory, global, room info. And this is when I'm meeting with a client, they might want to know the room dimensions. And just so I can quickly talk to them about it. because I'm comparing different bedroom sizes. I got 2 bedrooms side by side. I want to say this bedroom's the same size as that bedroom. That's how I use that. Room information right here. Room area. Room information, room internal area, standard room area. I don't know, what do you want to use? I use standard room area. What the heck? See, now this is what I use when I meet with clients. Look, I can say, well, look, this room is 216 square feet, and then I copy and paste it right there. And I can say this room is 559 square feet, so I can quickly point that out to them. But you understand that I have to copy and paste, and I'd rather not do that. I'd rather this information be automatic. So, PI. Let's see what happens. There's that automatic information I want. That's what I like. That's what I like. And so, actually, you know, okay, what I'm getting at is this information is chief stuff. That's chief stuff. This is my stuff on room labels 1. This is my stuff on room labels mine 2. Room labels mine 2. This is what goes to layout. This is just sort of a working information. But this is really neat stuff here. The height, the ceiling height and the floor height. And by the way, I'll go back to Joe's little deal. Cancel. I should know this by now. I go to rooms, Joe's little thing. Rooms, labels. Ceiling height. Watch this. And this is floor height. Done. 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 Now you notice that that's not spelled out yet, is it? Now watch when I add another room. PI. I'm gonna add another room. Watch what happens. Now that's gonna tell me what the see? 109 and 1/8 inch ceiling height and 0 inch floor height. Now this is really valuable, I think, as you're working on a plan and you're going, you're creating a plan. And why do I watch this? Let's see what happens right here. Ain't that interesting? Ain't that interesting? Oh, that's okay. Okay. Now, why is this down here? Why isn't it centered? I don't know, but it is. So I have to grab this. I have to center it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But in my mind, I'm not going to send this to layout. This is my own information that I want to use. And so what I'm getting at is what's the purpose of this? The purpose of this is, look, I already label my rooms this way, or sorry, this way. This is my typical room label. Family, carpet, slope, ceiling. And actually, that's not very good right there, because typically I had to add slope ceiling in there, but typically I have what's called I use the macro here, typically, but if it's a slope ceiling, watch this, global room information, Jesus, room information, ceiling height. See, that's what I like to see. It's carpet 109 1/8 inch ceiling height. And I'd actually I thought I had ceiling height behind it, but I don't. I do usually, I think, but I don't in this case. And let me talk about this real quick. Cancel. This is what I use in layout. This is what gets printed. Everybody sees this. It's a family room. It's got carpet on it and 1098. I can't use an automatic label for carpet because some carpet's red and some carpet's brown. But specifically, it's tile. If it's a tile floor, it just won't say tile. So I have to type in tile. It can't be automatic for me because it will give me more information than I want. I just want to call out tile. I don't care what kind of tile they're going to put in. They're going to change it 1,000 times anyway. So I just want the word tile. And the reason why I want tile is because when my Tile 24 guy comes in and he wants to figure out what my thermal mass is, it's different if it's carpet or tile. So I just want him to know tile. He doesn't have to know the branded stuff. Let me think a second. Stop. So here we go. This is typically how I work right now, and this is my macro that goes to layout, and I just actually added the floor elevation in here just for the fun of it. And then what I do is I go Control C, Control V, and I copy it over here. Now this is going to be a bedroom, and I'll change it to a bedroom. You know, not a big deal. Bedroom number 1. Control C, Control V. Now this is going to be a garage over here. And I'll type in garage here, and you got the gist on this. And so that's how I do it right now. But I have to copy and paste. Not a big deal. But there are a lot of rooms, PI, as I work, that will not have labels. Like if this is a closet right there, I don't want to have a label. In fact, what happens is I don't have Chiefs room labels on. Let's turn on their labels. Okay, so I got their. You see that I got their room labels off. But I still don't have the information that I want to use as a general guideline, I don't think. And so, if I was to sum this up, this is what I'm going to sum this up. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I would like to see. I would like to be able to create a room. Just to create a room. I would like it to automatically give me a room label. If it's unspecified, give me a room label. It's unspecified. I want that to show up. But I also... But I want the macros. I want the macros and specific macros to show up. And I think specifically I would like utility room. Yeah, I want to display the labels. That's my label. Specifically, I want this stuff to be on a layer. I don't care. It can be on room labels. I'm not going to send that to layout anyway. But specifically, what information do I really want as I'm building the model? That's the kind of stuff I want to know. You know how people kind of fuss over the floor elevations and stuff and the ceiling heights, and you have to open up the room and figure out the ceiling height. If that information was automatically on because room labels were on, that would be super. So one final thing. Let me just see if I can change this. Rooms, room labels. Yeah. Oh, watch this. Suppose I delete that. Suppose I delete that blank space, okay? Let's try that. Let's see what happens if I delete that blank space. I'm going to create a new room, and we'll see what happens if I created that. I just deleted that blank space. You think, check that out. Because I got rid of the blank space, the utility is on the same line as the 109 1/8 inch ceiling height. I don't care. I do care. I mean, I don't like that. As I said before, really, I think if I was working on this, what I would want, that's the information I really want. I don't really care about the room name. I really don't. I know some people do, but I like to have the ability not to show it. And I really don't need this, but that's the room type, supposedly. Let's talk about this. Oh, here you go. Room name. Garbage. There you go. Garbage. That's the room name. And so I really don't want to see the room name, I don't think. Let's just check this one more time. And that's how you kind of control this show room label, and type. Yes, because to me, the type means more than the label. Did you hear me? The type of room means more to me than the label. The label is simply a label. It's a label. It's just a label. But that is something special. And why is that special? Structure, no ceiling. Why is that? Why? Let's just go back. Cancel. I'm sorry. Rooms. This is what I want to do. I want to change this. I don't like the way I set up my room labels. I'd rather have that space right there, if you got what I'm saying. Control, return. Yeah, that's okay. Now, this is more of what I would like. So watch when I create a room, PI, I'm going to create a new room right here. Utilities on one label line. Select this room, UU, in general. I don't want to use, for the room name, I don't want to use the room type. I want to say garbage. How would you spell garbage? But what is really important as far as the way Chief behaves, it is that right there. That is what is important, because UU structure, and I'm going to show you why. HG to do a full overview. I'm talking about that room right there, UU. General. Room type, I'm going to make it a deck. Watch this. I'm going to make it a deck. Now watch what happens. You see what happened when I call it a deck? It changes into decking. But if I change the room name from garbage to deck, it's not going to change anything. UU. Room type. Open to below. Watch this. No floor. That's what's important. You understand what now I can't even select it. I can select it now. How about UU? Make this how about a garage? Now I'm at a garage, and now you can see this right here. See, that's what's important. It's the room type that's important, that affects the way Chief behaves. The room name means nothing. UU. Room name means nothing. It doesn't change. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. It's the room type that changes things. I think we all know that. So to sum this up one more time, I'd like to be able to create a room. PI. I don't want to give it a room label, because as I don't use Chief's room labels, but I'd like this thing to automatically I'll give it a written name because I have to, and I'd like it to automatically give me certain information. The ceiling I would really like to have is the ceiling height and the floor height, because as I work on the model, especially on a multi-level house or something, I want to be able to quickly see this information as I'm working on the model and see if the models can be working or not. Anyway, I think I explained it, and I get the fact that I can use my little macros and move them from place to place. I mean, I get that. I mean, I've been doing that for years. Control V. I get that. But as I work, I don't necessarily want to have to do that. Especially if I have closets, PI. Especially if I have a little bitty closet right here, I just as soon just be able to temporarily see what that information is. And Joe's right. I mean, if you're going to build a room within a room that's already labeled, you get a label. But if you start a room on the outside, you don't get it. I've milked this for all it's worth. There, I don't get a label. I got a room. I got a living area, I guess. You think that living area is 0 square feet? Yeah, I don't know. I find that hard to believe, don't you? Wow, isn't that interesting? That's 14 square feet. Now it's 28 square feet. What's this? Oh, it's a deck. That's why. See, and that's one of the things I get pissed off about. 0 square feet living room. I need the areas of the garage and the heated area and the deck area, the porch area. I mean, we deal with floor area ratios and coverage issues and all sorts of crappy crap. So I mean, I don't get garage area. How do you guys get garage area? The only way to do that is the piece. I know Perry uses the rooms. He ain't sophisticated enough to use that stuff. And then I'm done. That's the end. That's the end. That is the end of the room label video.